How do you respond when life challenges you? Do you run from it, wrestle with it, or rise above it? The road of adversity is often filled with obstacles, unseen, yet deeply felt. Pain and hardship arrive uninvited, like unexpected storms that cloud the horizon. They are forces that we cannot always control, and sometimes they shake us to our core. Yet, within each struggle, there is an invitation to transform. The question is not how to avoid the storm, but how to navigate through it with strength, clarity, and grace. Pain becomes not a weight that drags you down, but a catalyst, a fire in which you can forge a new version of yourself. Life's challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities. They hold the potential to teach us more than comfort ever will. Think about it. When do we truly learn? When life is easy, or when life forces us into the unknown, making us uncomfortable, perhaps even breaking us, only to rebuild us stronger and more aware of our own potential. But life isn't fair, is it? We find ourselves constantly thrown into situations where we are forced to face our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities. Every day, we encounter small frustrations and overwhelming crises that can either break us or build us. Some days, it feels as if the universe is against us. Life's hardships come crashing down one after another, and we feel powerless. There's the dread of loss, of jobs, of loved ones, of dreams. We face the weight of failure, the sting of rejection, and the overwhelming fear of what the future might hold. And yet, all of this suffering has a hidden purpose. It's not that life is cruel or indifferent, it's that suffering, in its deepest sense, is an invitation to grow. The way we choose to face these moments shapes who we are. It is said that character is not made in moments of ease, but in moments of struggle. This is true. The trials and tribulations we face in life carve out spaces for us to grow and discover our deeper selves. This is not a question of whether pain and struggle exist. They do. It's a matter of what we do with them. Can we transcend them? Can we turn them into something more? Can we transform pain into power? There is a power within each of us that is dormant, waiting to be unlocked. And it is often the weight of our struggles that stirs this power to life. The Stoics, with their deep understanding of human nature, argue that pain itself is not our enemy. It is a tool, a force that, if harnessed properly, can become our greatest teacher. The ancient Stoic philosophers, particularly those like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, understood that suffering is not something to avoid at all costs. In fact, they taught that our greatest moments of growth often come through facing hardship head on, embracing it, and learning from it. Think about your life for a moment. How many times have you faced challenges that seemed insurmountable, only to look back later and realize that those very challenges made you stronger? It's not about avoiding discomfort or hardship, it's about learning to thrive in the face of it. The Stoics knew that pain and suffering are a natural part of the human experience, but they also knew that we have the power to decide how we respond to it. And in that response lies our true freedom. The Stoic philosophy, as taught by Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, is all about this inner strength, the strength to endure, to thrive, and to transform. The Stoics understood that the path to peace and wisdom is not through avoiding pain, but through facing it with grace and purpose. They taught that we have control over only one thing in this world: our own thoughts, reactions, and attitudes. Life will throw challenges at us. There is no question about that. The question is, how will we respond? Will we let life's challenges overwhelm us, or will we rise above them, using them as stepping stones to greater wisdom, greater strength, and greater peace. This is not to say that suffering is easy to bear or that we should seek it out. On the contrary, the Stoics were not masochists. They did not seek out suffering for the sake of suffering, but they recognized that it is inevitable, and when it comes, it can be transformed into an opportunity for growth. They believed that by cultivating the right mindset, we could face even the most difficult situations with a sense of calm and purpose, knowing that our response to these challenges is what truly defines us. We live in a world that constantly tells us we should be happy, successful, and at ease at all times. We are bombarded with images of perfect lives on social media, of people who seem to have it all together with no struggles or failures. This constant barrage of images can make us feel like we are somehow inadequate when we face challenges of our own. But the truth is, everyone faces hardship. No one escapes the struggles of life. The key is not to compare our struggles to others' appearances, but to focus on how we handle our own. This is where the Stoics offer a profound insight. They teach us that external circumstances do not define our happiness, peace, or success. It is our inner world, the way we respond to the world around us, that holds the key to true freedom. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, speaks of this constantly. He encourages us to focus on the things we can control: our own actions, our own thoughts, our own attitudes. In this way, we free ourselves from the tyranny of external events. We stop being at the mercy of the world and start taking responsibility for how we choose to react. One of the most powerful teachings of Stoic philosophy is the idea that we cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control how we respond to them. This simple yet profound idea has the power to transform the way we live. It gives us the freedom to choose our emotional responses, to take responsibility for our reactions, and to find peace in the face of adversity. The Stoics believe that by focusing on what we can control, our own actions, thoughts, and attitudes, we can find freedom from the turmoil of the world. In the midst of pain, we can choose to rise above it, to transform it, and to emerge stronger. But let's be honest, this isn't easy. It's much easier to get caught up in our emotions, to let our pain dictate our behavior, to become slaves to our reactions. In moments of stress or hardship, it's tempting to lash out, to retreat, to give in to despair. Yet the Stoics teach us that true power lies not in avoiding our emotions, but in mastering them. This mastery is not about suppressing our feelings or pretending that we are unaffected by the challenges we face. It's about recognizing that our emotions are not permanent, they are fleeting. And by learning to pause before reacting, we give ourselves the space to choose our response. Every time you face pain, hardship, or uncertainty, ask yourself, how can I respond to this in a way that strengthens my character? How can I transform this difficulty into a stepping stone to personal growth? These are the questions that the Stoics encourage us to ask ourselves, not because they deny the reality of suffering, but because they know that in suffering there is potential for transformation. In the face of pain, we have the power to choose how we will respond. Will we let our pain consume us, or will we use it as an opportunity for growth? The Stoics believed that adversity could be a powerful teacher if we were willing to learn from it. They encouraged us to approach each difficulty with a mindset of learning and growth rather than as an obstacle to overcome. Every hardship, every setback is an opportunity to become more resilient, more self aware, and more connected to our true selves. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of a great abyss. The winds howl around you, and the path ahead is unclear. The world feels uncertain, and you are filled with doubt. In this moment, it would be easy to give in to fear, to retreat, to abandon the journey ahead. But what if you chose to take a step forward? What if, instead of seeing the abyss as something to fear, you saw it as a challenge to embrace? What if, in the face of uncertainty, you chose to trust in your own strength and resilience? This is the essence of Stoic wisdom. It's not about avoiding hardship, but about facing it with courage and clarity. It's about recognizing that pain is not an enemy, but a companion on the journey of life. The Stoics believed that by embracing the inevitable challenges that life presents, we could transform them into opportunities for growth and self mastery. In this way, we become the masters of our own fate, not by controlling the world around us, but by controlling our responses to it. As we move through life, we are constantly confronted by situations that challenge our sense of self. Whether it's the loss of a job, the end of a relationship, or the pain of failure, life has a way of testing us. In these moments, it's easy to feel powerless, to feel as though the world is conspiring against us. But what if we reframed these challenges as opportunities for growth? What if we embrace the discomfort of change, the uncertainty of the unknown, and the pain of failure as necessary components of a meaningful life? The Stoics believe that the key to enduring hardship lies in our ability to maintain our sense of purpose and clarity no matter what is happening around us. They encouraged us to stay grounded in our values and principles even when the world seems to be falling apart. This sense of inner strength comes from knowing who we are, what we stand for, and what we are willing to endure. It is this clarity of purpose that allows us to face life's difficulties with equanimity and grace. Pain and hardship will always be a part of life. We cannot avoid them, no matter how hard we try, but we can control how we respond to them. We can choose to see pain as an opportunity for growth, as a chance to deepen our resilience and self awareness. The Stoics remind us that it is in the most difficult moments that we have the greatest opportunity to transform ourselves. In the face of hardship, we are invited to step